Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, Dara, let's just jump into that week zero game very quickly because I think it would be amiss of us not to do so. Like, we didn't really do one after the game because we were in the pressers, and the time that was over, it was midnight. And I think people had sort of had their fill by that point. But, I said it on multiple different outlets now on Twitter or X, as Elon calls it this week. Sorry, Elon. It's just different outlets, Dara, that it was such a good week, but the Saturday was unbelievable in Dublin. I got to give props to Diggin for the quality camera work, and I'm sure he'll be looking at some sort of royalty for each clip that we're getting on TikTok because over 100,000 people have watched videos on TikTok. One of them was mine, Dar, to be fair. However, a great weekend. Look, not the best game. Like let's not dress it up, but it was a great spectacle. And props to College Football Ireland. We used the Aviva. We had the crack. And the Dara himself, which we'll talk about in a second, Connell himself, Dara, had a great experience chatting to Sam Hartman and co in the press room as well.
He did indeed. It was he looked like a grizzled veteran and that. I was pretty jealous of him watching on from the back rows. Yeah, listen, it was a great atmosphere at the stadium. Probably the best atmosphere we've got for a game so far in Dublin. I mean, just the flyover, which has been really well reviewed on your TikTok, Michael, has it's gone over well with the lesser fans of college football. But listen, what a what a spectacle it was from they really know how to dress it up, the college football Ireland ones, to be fair to them, for a game that obviously was lacking in much competitiveness after about one drive or so. Like Notre Dame exceeded the expectations, blew expectations out of the water. We knew they'd win. We didn't think they'd look nearly as dominant as they did. They answered some serious question marks on the offensive side of the ball. Just I couldn't get over what a start from them, and they're immediately college contenders this season.
Connell, as we were joking there now, like great crack at the weekend. It was great seeing you lads enjoy it because like that's I think for you, Connell, was your first time up there and stuff like that. It brought me back to my youth 2 years ago as a 31-year-old man going into the press box for the first time. No, look, it was great crack. I really enjoyed the weekend. I think it would be amiss of me not to say thanks to both of you boys because I know people listening to this, Dars and Armagh man, Connell's a Kerry man, and like there was serious traveling involved. So like I know I appreciate it, and I'm not lying when I say publicly that like there's serious amount of people messaging us saying like just even myself privately saying how much they enjoyed it. Big shout out to Gary who put a comment on our podcast saying that he thought the coverage was 10 out of 10 last week, and thanks to everybody that came to our tailgate last week. Um,
Actually, we
have you,
should
have you
also
anything else
thank.
to go back on that, Connell?
Well, first off, I want to thank the guy from who was in our premiere who said I looked like Drew Pine, the former Notre Dame quarterback, which I just found very funny. Um, but yeah, like this week was absolutely amazing. Like I know the game maybe wasn't entertaining, but like being down on the field, like that moment where the two teams even ran onto the field, like I thought I was like going out onto the field, getting ready to play for Ireland. Like that's how much it like I was like immersed in it, just being to the side of the field. It was absolutely amazing, and like it's one of the most like out of body experiences like I've kind of ever had because you're just there, and like I was still recording stuff, but I was still like just watching it anyway. So I knew what was going on at all times, and it was like I can't even put into words really of how that game was.
It was great crack. Like, it was such a good day, and obviously props to College Football Ireland and just props to everybody involved in it. And we appreciated being there. And I liked the 7:30 kickoff. It was great crack. Props to Marcus Freeman, and also for things that people don't see, the people in charge of Notre Dame PR especially were excellent. So I really appreciate that. And shout out to Scott with the Navy PR also. I don't think it'll be long, guys, before we've seen Notre Dame back in Dublin. I'm going to guess before 2027, even as an away team. I'm just going to put it out there.